So that different alternative way of playing is, again, you're finding these notes. Alright, you're just playing that sequence over again. We already covered that. But then he goes into this sequence here. It's a series of a combination of 8 notes. I chose to transpose it in this way. I don't know if he plays it exactly like how I like it, but this portion follows after that. Actually, let me try that again. It goes like this. 8 notes. See, I added the extra note there. So what you're going to do, the first 4 notes, you're going to find the 4th string open, then you're going to play the 3rd fret 4th string, then the 4th string open, back to the 3rd fret 4th string. Then he plays the open string on the 3rd string 4 times. And then after that he goes back into this E7 chord. And then he repeats, my mother, my dear old mother, my dear old mother, followed me to the station. Then he repeats the stanzas, and then you can go back to the bass run, or you can go back to this riff. So I'll play that alternate sequence again, and that portion is again like this. Easily laid out for you in the tablature. The really trickiest part in this whole song is just this riff. You find the 3rd fret, 3rd string, then the 2nd string, 1st fret, followed by the open string. Alright, and John Lee Hooker is playing these notes, but you can have that option of having your index finger be stationary as you play all those notes. In much of his playing, it is stationary, and with his other fingers, he's playing these combinations. Now this is very much characteristic of John Lee Hooker's music. I don't really hear it in any of the artists that I listen to, and it's just something that distinguishes his sound. And I find it very interesting. It's kind of got a mystique to it. Now, so that's basically the song in a nutshell. And the reason that I wanted to play it is to show you how everything ties together. R.L. Burnside is using a lot of it too. He even performs Hobo Blues in his first recordings album, which we covered much of the songs that came out of there. That's actually, I think, the last song on that LP, so I thought it would be a good transition to bridge the two. He was highly influenced by John Lee Hooker, and he incorporates that into his playing. But I would like to say that John Lee Hooker got the most attention and exposure from the 2 artists that we covered earlier. As you listen to John Lee Hooker, see if you can listen to a song like Crawling Kingsnake and apply the same things over. Now, he plays Hobo Blues using this tuning. However, there are many variations of Hobo Blues where he is all over the place with pitches. So it's good and wise to have a capo with you in order to play along. Alright, so next, what we're going to do is we're going to cover Boogie Chillin', his 1948 version, which is played in B to open B tuning. It's open G tuning with a capo on the 4th fret. And then we'll talk about some of the things that he does there. And that will sort of wrap up our John Lee Hooker sessions, and it's also in conjunction with what is laid out in the free ebook download if you haven't downloaded that already. So we'll look at that here shortly and then move on. Okay, so if you've followed along with us thus far, we're looking at John Lee Hooker's music. So in the initial first portions of these video lessons, I talked about Hobo Blues, and a lot of the same riffs appear in Boogie Chillin'. And Boogie Chillin' is a very famous piece by John Lee Hooker, and I decided that we would go ahead and learn how to play that. That's the second song that comes equipped with this free ebook volume. So let's go ahead and look at that, pull that out. So we tuned earlier to to the open tuning, open A tuning. We're tuned to open A right now with the top string being an E. So Boogie Chillin', the 1948 version, the super old version or whatever, is actually played. You will need a capo to play along with the original recording. Now, if you don't have a capo and you want to just kind of get an idea of the structure, look at the tablature and it will give you a good indication of what I'm doing. But in order to play with the original recording, I have a capo and I put it on the 2nd fret. So now I'm in tune with the original recording. Now, you don't want to tune your machine heads to the tuning in this song, which is open B tuning. You're going from an open G, tuning it 2 whole steps up. That means your machine head is going through a lot of tension there. Your strings are going to break. So I have a capo to prevent that, to keep me in pitch. So Boogie Chillin' is in B tuning. This is like a Robert Johnson, a high tuning. So now we're starting to get, kind of see how it all comes together. So Boogie Chillin' is a really cool piece, a really cool boogie rhythm that we're going to talk about here. And it shares a lot of the elements of Hobo Blues. So we've tuned our guitars already from Hobo Blues. We've got a capo here. And I'll play on with and without the capo. So Boogie Chillin' is a song that goes like this. Just to hang out all night long, oh Lord, and I feel so good, and I boogie just the same. I don't care she long, I boogie anyhow. All right, that's a little few elements from that song. It sounds fantastic in an electric guitar, but this portion is about teaching what he's doing. So Boogie Chillin', you're going to play this position with the right hand. Your thumb is going to be positioned on the 5th string, and your index finger is going to be chopping upwards on the 3rd and 4th strings open. is going to be these brisk chops. And the thumb is going to play this periodic pressing down on the 5th string and 4th string together. You're playing this combination. Right? So that's part of the riff, and then he goes on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and he slides over to the 5th fret, 5th string. And that's the combination of the two. And that's basically the whole riff. Alright, so we're going to cover the next portions here, the intricate parts of the song, and it's very simple and we're not going to spend too much time on it, but we'll wrap up the lesson here in this next segment. So we covered the fundamentals about this riff. It's this brisk chops, keeping in that boogie. And then periodically in the second part, the second measure listed on the tablature, he plays this sequence. And what he's doing is he's finding the 1st fret, the 1st and 2nd strings, and he's playing these brisk slides into the 3rd fret while playing this boogie rhythm. Very easy. And then he ends, part of the sequence is this. He's going back to that 3rd fret, bottom 2 strings. Boogie chillin'. That's where that placement goes. But there is a portion in the song where he is saying, we'll look at it here. There's a portion of the song where he goes into this 4-chord arrangement. I say, yeah, people, I was really having a ball. Back to that lick on the 3rd fret, bottom 2 strings. So let's go ahead, let me find that here. I have that here somewhere. Yeah. So he goes, well, my mama, she didn't allow me just to stay out all night long. And back to this riff. Well, my mama, she didn't allow me. Going back into this 4-chord arrangement. Then he goes into this lick. I don't care, she lied. I'll boogie anyhow. Oh Lord. Boogie chillin'. Alright, so those are some elements of boogie chillin'. And then we'll talk about the remaining sequence of that song and wrap up everything. Alright, so in wrapping up everything, Boogie Chillin' is this rhythm. Yeah, my mother, she didn't allow me. It's these strums, just to stay out all night long. Back to this concept, and then later on in the song he goes, this is something that also appears in Hobo Blues, is he goes into this 4-chord positioning which sounds like this. And okay, so what he's doing there is he's playing a series of 6 notes, and you're going to position your index finger on the 5th fret, bottom string. You're going to position it there, and your pinky is going to play the bottom 2 strings, 1st and 2nd strings, on the 8th fret. And you're going to play the 8th fret first in that sequence. So you'll position like this, then take that off, back to the 8th fret, take that off, back to the 8th fret, take that off. So there's 6 notes in all, and they'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to that. So in Hobo Blues, he actually plays also a variation of that lick there as well. He also plays it there in that arrangement. So we've covered everything that we've needed to with John Lee Hooker, and like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time on it before we get into Son House's music. That's what we're going to be learning here in the next month, is just 2 brand new songs with Son House, talking about the traditions of true slide techniques in Delta Blues guitar playing. A lot of my old videos are still out there, and it's also going to come in conjunction with my new Son House ebook release, formatted to the new format. So be on the lookout for that. So hopefully you enjoy this great new lesson. Please download it off my website. That's www.deltalumusic.com. Come check us out. Like me on Facebook. I'm always posting some great videos that are in conjunction with the lessons that are coming out. Really cool documentaries, never before seen videos by the artists in question, and just engage the community. And your support, your interest is helping support my mission in preserving and transposing as many songs as I can. So thank you for your support over the years. And my name is Delta Lou, and I'll be signing off. Thank you.